Lagos, Nigeria. Welcome to the sunny side here on Nigeria Info 99.3. That piece you just heard, amazing piece, by the way, is titled Hoja, performed by Adagio by Abinoni with the Zagreb Philharmonic Orchestra at the Classical Solo Concert at the Helsinki Concert Hall in Zagreb back in 2017. That's right. So we're here this week again. I am Sheriff Quadri, and it's always a pleasure to be on the radio to have a conversation with you, Lagos. Yep, you can, as a matter of fact, track everything that we do here on Nigeria Info via our socials. Facebook is Nigeria Info 99.3, Dito YouTube. Twitter, that's X, is at Nigeria Info FM. TikTok is at Nigeria Info FM. Instagram is at Nigeria Info FM. Lagos. I was having this conversation with a colleague earlier today about what it means to be a patriot, and this conversation stemmed from the conversation that we would have on this program. I was just bouncing ideas on this topic off a very vast knowledgeable colleague, and we spoke about what patriotism means, what nationhood means. Should you be discouraged by what political actors do to you on election day, for instance, or to you after elections, after many failed promises? What it means to desire a nation, what it means to be committed to a better life for you, for the generations that you don't even know, you will never get to know, you will never get to meet, but you're here, right now. Are you fighting for them the way those before you fought for independence for you? Those before them fought for their freedom, even though some of them lost their lives in the process. Those after you, what will they meet when they come? Should you just fold your hands and say the politicians can do whatever they want to do? You don't care. Pata you jackpot, and then you leave Nigeria to turn out to be whatever it is Nigeria should turn out to be. There are many angles to what a patriot should be defined as. Who is a patriot? From what prism do you see a patriot from? Is my own definition different from your own definition? Is a patriot that person that just takes everything hoping that someday something will change? Is a patriot that says no, power is not given, it's taken? Is a patriot that wants to bring everybody together even though they don't want to be together? What defines a patriot to you? What's your perfect definition of a patriot? And to my colleague, it feels that there is a massive vacuum, a gap in understanding the history, the past, the present, and possibly what we want for this great country, Nigeria. And to him, without a very clear definition of the path that Nigeria should go, this may be a mirage, this may be a pipe dream, this may be something that would never happen, something that would be elusive to this generation, to generations coming. Because the funny thing about generation is that in the process of evolution, some things are lost and some things are gained. So it depends on you whether what would be lost are the bad, the negative, the drawbacks of a particular society, and what will be gained will be innovation, development, growth, human capacity development, and all of that. In some other climes, what will be lost are the things that are supposed to be their gains as their society evolves. To some, the positive will be lost. Most of the things that will gain are the negative. What pots do we fall in? The ones that will lose their positives as they evolve, or the ones that will lose their negatives as they evolve? It all depends on you, my friend. It depends on you, because everybody has a business to make sure that they don't lose the positives as they evolve as a people. Welcome to the sunny side. 12:30 is the time. On Mondays, we do Radioactive Mondays, which means we look at trending political stories, trending current affairs stories. That's what we look at on Mondays. And that is exactly what we're going to do. Some political gladiators got together last week and they had a conversation about Nigeria. They had a conversation, frank conversation, as a matter of fact, about politics in Nigeria, about governance, about the followers. We're going to talk about two of the speakers. One is really wasn't a speaker, but he was part of the event and he contributed to the conversation. The other is one of the speakers at the event. So we're going to start with one of the speakers. Nasir El-Rufai spoke extensively about, his idea of politics and what politics in Nigeria has turned out to be and what is most likely going to play out. And he canvassed for a massive coalition in order to get Nigeria back on track. According to them, Nigeria, particularly according to him, political parties in Nigeria have lost it. Those that you're calling right now, they are not exactly, there to oppose anything. And he even spoke about his own party, the APC, and he says it's a no-man's show, not a one-man show. It's a no-man's show. I don't know what that means, but let's take a listen to him, and then we'll open up the telephone lines to have a conversation with you on this. Nasir El-Rufai speaking here. Take a listen.
So the PDP actually represented the best of our politicians that fought for restoration of democracy. Forget those that make the most noise, but ran away from the country. Those that went to prison, those that were detained, all ended up in the PDP. Those were the real politicians that faced the military. But today, none of the founding fathers of the PDP can recognize it. Labour Party, again, targeted for destruction. And it's almost certain. The last time I had a conversation with Peter Obi himself, he admitted to me that he doesn't know what is happening in the party that he contested for president. So there seems to be a project to destroy all the opposition political parties. And the only option for the opposition, in my view, is to put aside their differences and come together and create a broad platform that will do the driving of the military again, because we are there almost. So, Your Excellency, we need your experience and skills. Now, I'm a founding member of the APC. If you go to INEC and ask for the form that got APC registered, I'm one of the 34 people that signed for it, and I was a founding member of the National Working Committee of the APC. But frankly, I no longer recognize the party. The party, no party organ of the APC has met for the past 2 years. No caucus, no NEC, nothing. I don't even know if it is a one-man show. It's a zero-man show. Okay? So, though I'm a founding member of the APC has left me behind. I'm still there where we were. We wanted to form a progressive party that will fight corruption, revamp the economy, and restore security to Nigerians. That was the objective of forming our party. And we all came from that party. After forming the party, we went out of our way to recruit others that we feel could add value to the party. We went to the residence of His Excellency Vice President Atiku Abubakar, invited him to join the party. We are not afraid of inviting heavyweights who are potential presidential aspirants, even though many of us were Buhari supporters. But we were not scared. We wanted a broad-based coalition that will address the problems of Nigeria, and we're successful in it. But why the APC today? I don't recognize it, as I said. It has left me behind. I still believe that the purpose of political contestation in Nigeria still remains revamping the economy, restoring security, and fighting corruption. The problems are still there. However, I no longer believe that my party believes in confronting those problems. So the distance between me and the APC is widening. It has left me, is driving at very high speed away from where I am, but I remain where I am. Because these problems remain the living problems of Nigeria. And they have to be addressed. And the only way to address them is through the instrumentality of political party. So what happened to our parties? Why did our parties all end up where they are? When we started the APC, we were very hopeful that it will be member-financed party. We registered 15 million members. 15 million. If every member of the APC just gave the party 100 naira, that's 1.5 billion. Just 100 naira a month, which I believe almost everyone can afford. That's 1.5 billion. It's enough to run the party. We had aspirations of that nature. We had dreams of a real, ideologically driven, progressive political party. But today it is something else. If you look at the life cycle of the PDP, it was similar. They all end up becoming a one-man show. No collegiate leadership, no democratic leadership, no internal democracy. And the parties always get pocketed by those elected on the platform of the party.
I was going to respond to you. You see, all we hear here is typical Nigeria.
Before we go to Rotimi Amechi, let's have a conversation on El-Rufai's speech. Let's do that first. We'll go to Rotimi Amechi later, right? Okay. But this El-Rufai speech is quite powerful. It's very, very powerful. I'm just going to summarize for those who missed out. By the way, you can watch on Facebook and on YouTube. We're streaming live on those two platforms, Facebook and YouTube, and you can drop your comments on there for me as well to come check them out. Now, let's start from where he mentioned that there is a plan, there is a strategy to destroy all opposition parties. And I have loads and tons of questions regarding that as to, do you believe that there is such a plan to destroy opposition political parties? Do you agree with him? Is this true? Should we blame the ruling party, even if, let's even assume that could be happening or possible? Should we blame the ruling party or the greed of the leadership of the opposition party or the greed of some top members of the opposition party? Because it's hardly possible for anybody to use the floor members of a party to, throw, that's almost like impossible. They'll have to use the key members of such parties to foment trouble or to throw some disarray, amongst all of them there. So is it greed that we should be blaming as to blaming the ruling party? If that even as I'm assuming now without considering, should we be blaming the ruling party or we should be blaming greed of the opposition party? That's number one. He also spoke about the ruling party, the APC, not interested in solving Nigeria's problems. Is that what you see? Is that what you feel? Is that what you know as a Nigerian? Because all of these big wigs, all these political guys, they assembled in this one location, not really big place, not the venue isn't big at all, so you would understand that there is a reason why. And I can confirm that this is just the first of many that would happen. And you will still see many of them come out boldly. You will see many current party leadership in some other political parties that would join this supposed political alliance between these big guys, right? He spoke about that. He also spoke about APC abandoning him. Well, that's neither here nor there, and I'm going to explain. I will come to the telephone lines in a moment. Let me explain for it. For a moment, Nasir El-Rufai did a lot during the campaigns leading up to the 2023 elections. He and I think one other member of the APC were the ones that went to court to go and challenge the CBN on some really nasty policy that the CBN came up with at the time. And Nasir El-Rufai said quite a number of things. You can understand where he's coming from by saying that APC abandoned him. They've left him where, he was, and he's still in that position and all of that. Do you think his grievances are valid? His annoyance, is the crime that he put up against the party, are they valid? Or as one APC member, said at a forum that I, watched on TV, that you shouldn't feel entitled when it comes to party politics. The party can decide to go with Mr. A today or go with Mr. B tomorrow. What is important is you believing in the ideology of the political party, and then you stick to the ideology, whether it favors you or not. That is the direction of the party, and you have to follow. It doesn't even matter whether you're a senior member of the party or you are a BOT of the party or whatever it is, that you just follow the party's direction. So, do you think his grievances are valid or not? And then he also raised one very valid, very important point, which is what has happened to party politics in Nigeria. What is exactly going on with party politics in Nigeria? Why do politicians find it effortlessly easy to cross carpet, to betray? Because it's a betrayal, actually, to betray the people that voted you into office. Why do our parties lack concrete ideology? Because if you say that you are on the platform of Labour Party, on the platform of the PDP, on the platform of the APC, or whichever platform that you belong, you should stick to that party. But our politicians find it so easy because none of them have been questioned before. None of them have lost their position before because of cross-carpeting. They haven't. So is party politics really a mirage? It's just child's play. It's just something inconsequential. They just use party because the constitution says you must belong to a party before you run for it. So that's essentially what they're doing. Parties don't mean anything to politicians in Nigeria. Is that what this means? And one other area that he also spoke about is the area of paid membership for political. Is that what were they thinking? He said they've registered 15 million, they were going to pay, even if they had to pay 100 million. Is that ever going to happen in this country? He wants political party members to pay for being members. That's a joke, Abby. I think it's a joke. But let me hear you. Maybe you think that can happen. Maybe there is a force somewhere, people of like minds, that will say, whether you are rich or you are poor, join this party, contribute 50 naira per month, and let's run this party so that nobody can influence our party with money, with state's resources. Maybe that's the idea they had. Maybe it can work. Maybe it just didn't work for them. Maybe it can work for you and your people. With David, you are here, Jerry. Before I go and take calls.
A child's gift rather makes way for him and brings him before great men. Parents, teachers, and schools, bring out your talented young singers ages 5 to 10 to test their abilities in this year's Children Can Sing competition. Children are the heritage of God and the future of our tomorrow. Let's give them the opportunity of a lifetime. Applications for this competition is free. Now you can pick up your application form at Nigeria Info FM, Kids FM, and Cool FM studios. A star prize here is 2 million naira. So the winner walks away with 2 million naira. Second place, 1 million naira, and third place, 500,000 naira. All entries for the competition close on Friday, the 7th of February 2025. Children Can Sing, producing great future singers from today.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. If your child can sing, this is an opportunity for you as a parent to put that child where he or she belongs. All right. Now, let's start with our conversation. We're just going to take one or two comments. If you are in the diaspora, you're very, very free to tell us how what makes political parties strong where you are. Because this one that we're doing here, and the way Nasir El-Rufai puts it, it's almost as though promised land, far gone, Google Maps cannot locate it right now. Let me start. Skype ID is Nigeria Info FM on Skype. We'll take this, then we'll come back. Muyi, how you doing, brother?
I'm good.
Muyi, how you doing, brother? Good morning or good afternoon from here.
Yeah. I'm Muyi here from New York. Yeah, this is what I want to say, Sharif. You see, it's easier for Nigerian politicians to do whatever they are doing. Because I'm not saying a lot of Nigerians, but most Nigerian voters too are like Nigerian politicians. They are, Nigerian politicians, all they have in their mindset is to loot. All this budget thing they read is just just to read it for you to hear sake. What they're going to do is to loot the structure. And most Nigerians do, what they think, maybe I know Sharif is the minister of somebody, is the minister of one minister for something. Let me go and greet Sharif. And what contract is going to give me this and blah, 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 blah. That's what they're looking for. That's what, I know somebody, when I used to write something on my wall, he used to be my friend. We used to condemn, and I see, this is not good for our country. Let's do this, let's do that. All of a sudden, I see that this guy got to know one of the maybe one chairman.
Yes? Stay on the line. I've got this very short break coming up. Just stay on the line. Don't go anywhere, okay?
All right.
Before you know it, we're back. All right.
More conversation, more talk, more right after this. Two things you can't have it all with one play.
I got that defined point. You have just won yourself.
Congratulations.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, Mellitus. One player, don't talk to two players because you won 20K.
So now you won yourself 20,000 naira.
My name is Well Done.
Okay, well done. I want to tell you, well done. You won yourself 20,000 naira.
With 500 naira, you can play to win big from 120,000 naira to 190,000 naira daily on Nigeria Info. Go to oneplay.ng and play with 500 naira. And in a few seconds, your tickets in the draw. Or dial *347 *880 *3 hash. Win daily on Nigeria Info. 50,000 naira on Morning Crossfire. 60,000 naira on WhatsApp Lagos. 20,000 naira on Sunnyside. And 60,000 naira on Game On. So Lagos, what are you waiting for? The more you play, the better your chances of winning. Remember to dial *347 *880 *3 hash. Play responsibly. Not suitable for persons under the age of 18. It's 2025. The biggest conversations are happening on Hard Facts.
If one of Rebolo was genuinely interested in local government funds, would have protested to the council.
Somebody is receiving 30,000 naira after serving this country for 5 years.
From the stories shaping Nigeria's future.
I'm deducting my mood for that whenever people are clapping, he's praise singers when they ought to be telling him the truth.
I mean, he did not do any remarkable thing in your state, and you are celebrating corruption time.
To real-time feedback from you, the citizens.
There is propaganda. They can never make it work. I will not support that tax reform.
If NBS is turning out very fake data to us because this data lacks empirical evidence.
We dig deep with the decision makers, hold the powerful accountable, and keep the conversation alive on social media. Join Mary Ann Okon every Monday to Friday, 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. for the most interesting news and current affairs show on radio.
I'm so sorry. I hate it when people make assertions from very skewed and biased places.
Hard Facts on Nigeria Info 99.3. Let's talk. You are listening to your number one station for talk.
Your number one station for talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Activate. We are radioactive on 99.3 Nigeria Info. My name is Joyce.
And we're back on Radioactive Monday here on the sunny side. Muyi is on the line. Muyi, so this is your friend that you know.
Yes, so used to be together and talk about Nigeria and all this war on my word and talk, this is not right. All of a sudden, just because Tinubu came in and appointed somebody that he used to know back then in his village as a chairman of one of the regional, you have the chairman of the national chairman, and they have the regional chairman too.
Okay.
So, and he punted him, man, and this guy stopped complaining about anything. He started putting all the activities of this man on his wall. Started to praise him. Oh, Nigeria is getting better now. I said, look at this. I didn't say anything. I didn't know. You still clap. You see, that's what I'm saying. You and I for 8 years, and you know what you're saying. Now that they put your guy there, because he's doing that as this show off that at least maybe the man will call him one day. Come, brother, what do you need? Let me give you. So there's the way. It's just like when you were in university of learning, Sharif.
Yeah.
You go to lecture room, you go and get lecture.
Yeah.
My professor is coming in the morning, in the afternoon. But the D-date is coming, the exam date. So all you have learned in the last 4 years, what is going to be on the exam day, you're going to see.
Yeah.
So Nigerians have, you see, the best thing that have happened to Nigeria in the last 15 or 20 years to me is radio stations. You guys have brought in highly cerebral individuals, come and educate people. When you educate them, for 4 years, then when the election comes, they still put this to try sentiments. Oh, it's from Ilobu, it's from Nasarawa, it can't be this. Why can't you just do the right thing? And some people were attacking me, they, oh, you are Yoruba man, what's wrong with you? Are you an Anomali? You know you're Yoruba, you know.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you? If I'm a Yoruba man, must I support somebody that I know how the way he's governed in Lagos? At least if I'm a Yoruba, I want to support the Yoruba man. What about Show? Show where is Yoruba man? I mean, so why not support
I have to go now.
All right, thank you. But you know what? Everybody's looking for what. That's why it's so easy for Nigeria.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'll have a lovely day.
You too, Mui. Thank you for calling. Appreciate it.
All right.
The news is next at the top of the hour.
Nothing travels faster than news.
The governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele, to a meeting over the Apex Bank's timeline to retire old 200, 500 and 1,000 naira notes.
Great conversations last longer.
Then just give us some time. She just change all of a sudden.
Yeah, that's not being good. That's not being good. That's witchcraft.
We do it all here on your number one station for talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
Let's talk.
It's 1 o'clock. The news update on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
A Federal Capital Territory High Court in Abuja has ordered the remand of a former executive secretary of the National Health Insurance Scheme, Usman Yusuf, at the Kuje Correctional Center. This is pending the hearing of his bail application. The case has also been adjourned to February 12, 2025 for hearing of the bail application. Yusuf is alleged to have awarded contracts without adhering to the due procurement process and also abusing his office to confer undue advantages on himself between 2016 and 2017. Let's talk health now, as the Nigeria Center for Disease Control and Prevention has placed the country on high alert following the confirmation of an Ebola virus disease outbreak in Uganda. This is according to Director General NCDC Dr. Jide Idris. The outbreak in Uganda was confirmed by the Ministry of Health on January 30, and with one reported case and one death in the Mbale district. The NCDC says it is closely watching the regional and global education situation, assuring that necessary actions are being taken. Over 20 billion naira in tuition payments have been made for 192,906 students in federal tertiary institutions nationwide by the Nigerian Education Loan Fund, NEL Fund. The agency gave the updates following circulation of incorrect reports on the total amount disbursed under the student loan scheme. NEL Fund also released over 12 billion naira to 169,114 students for their upkeep, with each student receiving 20,000 naira monthly. 2023 presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, has congratulated Temilade Okpeni, popularly known as Tems, for her win at the 67th Academy Grammy Awards. In his congratulatory message, Obi says he was thrilled by the huge success Nigerian youths are making in various fields, especially in entertainment. For the other Nigerian artists who were nominated for the Grammy Awards, Obi believes the country's creatives are putting Nigeria on the global map. Tems won with her song titled Love Me Jeje. She was nominated alongside Burna Boy with Higher, Ashake and Wizkid with MMS, Chris Brown, Davido and Lil J with Sensational, and Yemi Alade with Tomorrow. And that's about the size of the update here on Nigeria Info 99.3. I'm Sheriff Quadri. It's back to the sunny side here on the nation's #1 talk radio, Nigeria Info.
Activate. We are radio active on 99.3 Nigeria Info. My name is Joyce.
In everything that Malam Nasiru El Rufai said at their whatever name they gave it, but it looks more like a third force being formed at that gathering. Like I said, you're gonna hear and see more of such gatherings. Okay, now with everything that he said, from APC abandoning him to APC abandoning their manifesto and ideology, to paid memberships for political party, to APC planning to destroy all opposition in one way or the other, to political parties in Nigeria not being strong enough, because he asked what happened to political parties in Nigeria, right? And to all of these things that he mentioned, and you can hardly say that we all don't know everything that he said already, right? But it's something worth discussing. It's something worth talking about. It's something worth deliberating over. Because number one is that when you have all of these politicians all gathered at a place, majority of them had been at the helm of affairs in their respective states or locations at one point or the other. You want to go and check out the antecedents to see if they practiced what they are preaching now. Some of them are still loyal to this, loyal to that, in the name of politics. So you want to ask if this is all just speech based on the fact that they're desperate to form what they want to call a third force. Whatever must have brought them together now can't be more than their thirst, their insatiable appetite for power. And that is what politicians know. They've always known. They will always know. Power, power, power. Because once you have power, you have every other thing. You have money, you have whatever it is you want to have with power, right? Okay. Is that how you see it? That this is just a conglomerate of people who are desperate for power, or people who are genuinely concerned about the situation of this country, people who are genuinely worried about the direction this country is headed? And then you can also talk about, El-Rufai's comments and all of that. That's okay, that's fine. I will take one or two calls regarding that. Then we'll now move on to what Rotimi Amechi said. And what Rotimi Amechi said borders on followership mainly. This is leadership. We'll talk about this leadership conversation for the next 30-35 minutes. Then we'll now go to Rotimi Amechi's comment, which borders on followership in particular. 0201-277-0993. That is 0201-277-0993. And 0201-465-7190. That is 0201-465-7190. WhatsApp number is 0809-597-5805 on WhatsApp. That is 0809-597-5805 on WhatsApp. Please turn off your radio if you're calling me. It's very important, okay? Good afternoon to you. That call is gone. Let's jump on another call now. Nigeria Info, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, please. Good afternoon to you. Welcome.
So, Miss Uncle Sheriff, I don't understand. Why do these people that have been in positions of power, when they were inside that, or when they were on that seat, when they were atop that seat, is it that they don't see these things before they now leave the place and they now start acting as legal advisors? What happened when they were there? Were they blind to see the truth, or it was because they were blinded by their lust and greed for power that they did not intend to fix anything or leave a landmark? Of course, what you said this afternoon, without mincing words, I agree that there's a plan by the present party not to see any opposition thrive. That is why you see them trying to truncate every form of opposition. So I'll give this a two-tier blame. Both the incumbent, or this present party, APC to be precise, and the opposition, all of them, all they are trying to do is just for their selfish grab, selfish interest. if you allow people infiltrate your midst, who bribed them? Who gave them money? It's not because they want to all dip their hands in the cookie jar. Are they interested in your welfare or my welfare? Certainly not. Mr. El Rufai, a hailer turned whaler now. When he was there, what did he do? That does not mean what he has said. I can always separate the message from the messenger. What he has said are quite valid. Everything he has said. But give him power tomorrow. He will still go there and do the same thing. This cross-carpeting, PDP to APC, APC, PDP, everything. It's not the same thing. The same blood runs through their veins. Black blood, blue blood, red blood. The same people, the
all
same
kinds of
thing.
color.
Only they just
Green,
powder
yellow.
and sugarcoat and toncoat. We've not seen the right person yet. The beautiful ones are not yet born, Mr. Sheriff. Until we get that person, we are not going anywhere. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Madam Oboli. Thank you for calling. It's 8 minutes past the hour. 9 minutes now. Good afternoon to you.
Okay, Sheriff, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
My name is Ndubisi.
Welcome.
Okay, Sheriff.
Sir?
Anything where you feel like make you do.
Okay.
My president, Paul Ahmed Tulumbu, go complete 8 years. Okay, Sheriff, let me tell you.
Okay.
Don't mind these people. Now, when they are out of office, now they see the truth. Because it's not in their brother's hand.
Okay.
Don't mind the Nigerians, should not mind them. Paul Ahmed Tulumbu go complete in 8 years. Let them go and sit down. After 8 years, they will not come. All of us will not call round table and now find the next president to be. They just want to do it to talk, say, make us support them, let them be saying, let them be good people. When Buhari is there, spoil my 8 years. Buhari end my 8 years. What did Rufai do? What did Rufai say? Because now, it's Tulumbu that is there. It's not his brother. Now they're ganging up. They're not going to succeed. Tulumbu will finish in 8 years. Me to be see Onyemuwa for me, but I support Tulumbu. You can finish that 8 years. Let them go sit down. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you, too, for calling me, NWBC. Yeah, that's a passionate supporter of the president, right? Good morning. Good afternoon to you. Good afternoon. Oh, that call dropped. I don't know what happened, but it dropped, okay? Good afternoon.
Sheriff,
yes, miss. Yes, sir.
My name is Robert.
Hey, welcome, Robert.
Sheriff, the thing is that I will first of all attack the message, address the message, then I will also attack the messenger.
Oh, yeah, start.
You see, this man, Erufai, was a minister before he became a governor. He had the ambition to become a minister. First of all, the president. That was his primary ambition when he knows that those who were contested, who were on the stage, powerful than him, he now said, okay, let me just relax so that maybe if some person, especially Tinubu, because he's his party's member, he may be appointed as a minister. But Tinubu did not appoint him. So you understand? That is the reason why he's saying all these things. So, I did think that man is a minister. Honestly, you will not hear anything from Ero.
So it's because he didn't get the ministerial slot. That's why he's aggrieved. But do you think his grievance is valid though? Does he have the right to be?
I've attacked.
No, wait. Do you think he should be angry over that?
When your ambition is not met, of course you'll be angry now. Like how much that you want to play now. I'm to all of them. When you don't meet somebody.
Oh, you mean Amechi? Okay.
All Nigeria politicians, like Ms. Zobolis, almost all of them.
So what I'm saying, Robert, what I'm saying is, if you worked for a party or somebody and the person, it's different from you don't work and then you want to benefit. That one is different. You don't have the right to be angry if you don't work. But if you work, do you still have the right to be angry because it's a party thing? It's a political thing.
You can work, Sheriff. You can work for the party to be stronger.
Yeah.
It's not necessary that when you work, I must appoint you.
You must get something.
I have my own plan. What about if you are not competent for the post I want to put you? In my own opinion.
Okay.
Does it mean because you work for me, I must put you, I must make you a minister of finance?
But in his case, he had been a minister before. So can we say competence was the issue then? In his case, so
before and now, not the same now. The way it may be competent to the eyes of the person that appointed him, but it may not be competent in Tinubu's eye. Many things put together.
So if he wasn't competent, why was his name submitted?
But he was not choosing.
No, but why was his name submitted?
Was it Tinubu that said they should submit his name?
Who do you think?
Some people submitted his name.
No, it's impossible. It's impossible. It's the president that submitted the names of his ministers or ministers designate at the time. So why did he submit his name?
Sheriff, see, Nigeria politics is something that some of us, it will take us some time to understand. I may just deceive you, okay, put his name just to satisfy his ego. But please, don't cover him or remove his name.
You were there, Abi. You know? You were there.
Sheriff, anything can happen in Nigeria, I'm telling you. Just put him, just let me deceive him so that it won't be as if I am sending him. It will be as if you people are the one that attack him. It can happen that way.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
So the message he was trying to pass was carpeting as Mr. Oboli. I'm still referring to Mr. Oboli because he spoke my mind. These people, they are partisan belly politics, you know. Where food done, now there everybody want to go. Look at my senator in my state now, the other one that might that small, the Delta State. I forgot that senator. He just become to APC now.
Neduoko.
They don't have leadership, this and this and that. Why can't? What is his own effort to address the leadership problem that they have? Is there any political party that does not have leadership problem? If you go to AP, they have the same leadership. Come to APC, the same. Go to every one of them. Is that enough reason for? So Nigeria politicians, as you see them, they just move to where the food is ready. They are not serving also. They are serving pockets, their own belly, and their own children. You understand? So it is upon anybody that is dying for them is just dying. He will just die for nothing. That's the truth.
Thank you
very much.
Thank you, Robert. Thanks for calling. Let's speak with Abiola. Abiola is on Skype. Quickly, Abiola, how are you doing?
Yeah, Sharif, I'm okay.
Okay, where are you calling us from?
Manchester.
From Manchester in the UK. All right, let's hear you. You have to try and be audible, okay?
Yeah, am I audible now?
It's not too audible.
Okay, let me remove my earpiece.
Thank you.
Just give me 1 second, please. Can you hear me clearly?
It's better now, yes.
Sheriff, for me, I don't listen to these guys any longer. I don't listen to them. When you bring them online, I just change channel. Now, going back to El-Rufai's statement that people should be paying a monthly due. That is what it should be.
Okay.
But I am from Abeokuta South Local Government, Ward 12.
Okay.
Sheriff, go to that ward. Go and see people who are meeting, who are doing APC meeting, PDP meeting, Labour meeting. I'm not sure of Labour, but go and see people they register as their member. If those one can afford 15 naira to give to somebody in a month, they have impoverished the people to the extent that even to give 15 naira. If you are somebody like us, if you are going for a meeting, you have to go with extra money. People you want to collect 100 naira from. Do they even have money to eat for that day? That is the question El-Rufai should be asking himself. Let him go to his ward in Kaduna State and look at the faces of people who they put on their register. If they are strong enough to give 100 naira per month as a monthly, they have brought a lot of people into poverty. They are now asking us to be paid, and those money at the end of the day, where will the money go? The money will go into the hands of the rich already. Why will you collect 100 naira from me and give it to another rich man? So I don't it doesn't make sense to me as a person, because, and like I said, I don't listen to them any longer, because the truth remains, if El-Rufai is a minister today, like someone said, you will not hear this nonsense he's talking about. It just sad where we have found ourselves, but the truth remains that all those things they are saying, if El-Rufai is a minister under Tinubu, he may not be saying anything. He just be quiet like others are quiet. So what is the point in listening to people like that?
Okay. Thank you, Abiola. Thank you. Thank you for sharing your thoughts.
My regards to Joyce Onyemuwa.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for calling in from Manchester. Let's take some messages, okay? Once we return from the break at 1:25, we'll head straight into Amechi's speech on the followers. How about that? Okay. Abe on Facebook says, we're streaming live on Facebook and on YouTube, by the way, so you can share your thoughts. Abe says, El-Rufai is a politician and will always speak for his political interests. Just because it was abandoned, according to his claim, none of them is sincere and genuinely have the interest of the country. That's Abe who dropped that on Facebook. Blessing is also on Facebook. Blessing says, El-Rufai was carried along in the shenanigans going on in this administration. Okay, he said if he was carried along, will he be saying all this? Hope he's not selfish gains he's looking for. How does his view affect the common Nigerians? It is well with him and APC, PDP, etc. Nigerians, get up and take back your country before it's too late. This is from Blessing, who dropped this message on our live stream on Facebook. Blessing, thank you for sharing it. Let me go to WhatsApp. Let's take some WhatsApp messages that I've got quite a number of them here. This person says, these people always know the truth only when they are out of office or before they get into office. Immediately they get into power, they become their real self. Or, wicked people. That's Olushola from Ikorodu who dropped that on WhatsApp. I got another one here, though. He says, they are... Okay, so you're just trying to say that this is Nigerian politicians, were you? Okay, all right. I've heard you. Thank you. Olushola, he says, I've said it countless times, politics is a game of interest. When you are no longer benefiting from the system, it suddenly becomes void and corrupt in your eyes. I recall how Rufai defending last regime simply because he was a key figure in government at the time. That's Olushola who dropped that here. Olushola, thank you for sharing. I have another one here. It says, Femi is your name from Idimu. Femi says, in as much as I'm not a fan of APC, not Tinubu. In fact, I criticize them almost every day. El-Rufai was only saying all he's saying now because he's not given a ministerial appointment. If I may ask, will El-Rufai be saying all this if he has been appointed as a cabinet member in Tinubu's government? I don't think any student of political history will take El-Rufai seriously. That's Femi from Idimu who dropped that message. It's 1:20. We'll take this one here, then we'll go take more calls. Let's see. This person says, as for me, El-Rufai belongs to the group of political whalers that make most noise when things didn't go their way. Kaduna is today enjoying peace, which never was under his watch as the governor. I am sure his position would have been different if he had been given ministerial position. Why did he not come out with such a position during Buhari's regime? Whatever coalition they are forming will fail, except such is being done on patriotism and not selfish interest. Nigerian politicians are same of same, including El-Rufai himself. Tinubu is one of the few politicians we have in Nigeria today that has never cross-carpeted except for political mergers. This is from, what's your name now? No name here, Abby. Okay, no name. But thank you for sharing your thought. Appreciate it, okay? It's 1:21. We're going to take one last set of calls before we depart for the break. And when we return from the break, we'll take a look at Rotimi Amechi's comment on this same conversation as well. How does that sound? Sounds good, Abby? Okay, so let's take our last set of calls now. Good afternoon to you.
Hello?
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, please.
Oga Sheriff.
Yes, ma'am. Please turn off your radio quickly.
It's Mommy Chichi.
Please turn off your radio. Turn off your radio. Can you hear me? Turn it off, your radio. Thank you.
Are you hearing me now?
Yes, please. Go on now.
Hello? Okay. Mm-hmm. You know what?
Mm-hmm.
These our politicians, both whether APC, whether PDP, mostly these two particular political parties, it's the same people that are ruling. Either you're from PDP to APC, or you are from APC to PDP. Are you hearing me?
I'm with you. I'm with you.
The same blood. Like when somebody said, all of them have taken the same blood, have bathed in the same stream, and they are doing the same thing. To me, or to we masses, can they leave us alone? Have they not eaten enough?
It's impossible.
Go to Erufai, go to Tunumbu, go to Atiku, and as many as they are, all of them, both the senators. Can somebody be in a post from time to time? Are they not eating enough? They shall allow the young one to enter their. Let's see. What are they going to school for? They shall. These ones are complaining. They have eaten enough. Please, let Erufai go and rest, because I know if they have given him what he wants, all these ones will not be hearing to.
Okay.
Remember, he went to Delta State during weekend time with the Tunumbu. So whatever is their problem now should remain with them. They should not bring it to innocent Nigerians. We have suffered enough for their hands. They should leave us alone. Let them go and rest, for Christ's sake.
Okay.
Please.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you too. Thank you for calling. Appreciate it. Okay. There you go. It's 1:24. I've got less than a minute before the short break. We have a short break coming up at 1:25. Okay. After the break, then I would go over to Rotimi Amechi's speech, and we'll take a look at that also. But while we wait, let's take this message. Yes, Sheriff, some Nigerians are funny. Now they are trying to believe Erufai, the same Erufai that supported Buhari that ruined this country. Just because Tinubu is not favoring him, he's now crying crocodile tears. All of them are the same. Obi, who I am rooting for, the rest should go for picnic. That's Peter from Ijesha. Peter, thank you for sharing your thoughts. Okay. All right. So Lagos, let's head out now. Take this short break. We'll play Amechi's own, and then you can comment on both if you want to comment on both. All right. So please stay here. I'll be right back.
More news and information coming up. We'll be back in a moment.
Meals have a way of taking us on a journey. And when you add plenty of vegetables like efo, ugu, and season with the rich taste of North seasoning cubes, even better.
So, go ahead and elevate your meals with more vegetables and the rich taste of Knorr cubes. Today, eat for good.
It's 2025. The biggest conversations are happening on Hard Facts.
The mother of Rebolo was genuinely interested in local government funds who have protested to be cancelled.
Somebody is receiving 30,000 naira after serving the country for 5 years.
From the stories shaping Nigeria's future.
And he don't put my mood for that. Whenever people are clapping, he's praise singers when they ought to be telling him the truth.
I mean, he did not do any remarkable thing in your state, and you are celebrating corruption time.
To real-time feedback from you, the citizens.
There is propaganda. They can never make it work. I will not support that tax reform. If NBS is turning out very fake data to us, because this data lacks empirical evidence.
We dig deep with the decision makers, hold the powerful accountable, and keep the conversation alive on social media. Join Mary Ann Okon every Monday to Friday, 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. for the most interesting news and current affairs show on radio.
I'm so sorry. I hate it when people make assertions from very skewed and biased places.
Hard Facts on Nigeria Info 99.3. Let's talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info, your number one station for talk. Let's talk.
Activate. We are radioactive on 99.3 Nigeria Info. My name is Joyce.
Can defend the votes. If you have complained, Nigerians have been clapping for you. The only way Shekarau became governor, do you know how? Because people lined up.
I saw the hand of former Governor Rotimi Amechi up.
Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please, whatever I say, put the blame on Tambua, because we had together prayed the Islam prayer that we should not talk here at all. And it looks as if his prayer didn't work. That's why I'm talking. Exactly. It's my name, Ibrahim. I was going to respond to you. You see, all we hear here is typical Nigeria. Typical Nigeria, and you are clapping. That's why politicians get away with anything. They get away with murder because you have short memory. Short memory. None of you here seated can defend the votes. If you have complained, Nigerians have been clapping for you. The only way Shekarau became governor, do you know what? Do you know how? Because people lined up. When they ask how many people are there, they say over 500,000. No, I won't give you 500,000. Announce Shekarau. It happened in Ghana. Before the election of the last president. 2 days, a lot of us were called to intervene. But why did they do that? The people were ready to die. You are talking, abusing everybody. Nobody has power and will give it to you. Nobody, not even me. If you want a pastor as president, can't get one. The politician is there in Nigeria to steal, to maim, to kill, to remain in power. If you think people will give it to you, you are wasting your time. So when we speak, we forget history. Unfortunately for me, poverty has made me to be part of the political system from when I left university. I left university in 1987 and I've been part of the process till today. You can't wish me away in the formation of APC. You certainly can't wish me away. You can't wish me away in how APC won election. You can't. But the truth is that if some of us did not stick at our neck, say, PDP, good luck, we want to die with you. When they saw that we were ready to die, what did they do? They gave up power. So we have sweet mouth, we'll talk about it, we'll repeat these things every day. Tomorrow they will call you in Lagos, you will go. Somebody told me in Lagos, said, look, Mr. Mechi, I said, sir, you see these people that gathered here? I say, yes. We called them transport, this, they came. If tomorrow Tinubu comes with the same transport, they will also come. And the final example is when we are pursuing, APC was registered, and I was scared that, look, they may rig us out. So I got the party to agree that we will carry out a demonstration. They agreed that we will carry out a demonstration. We assembled at, what is that parade ground? Eagle Square. We released some money to go and bring women and all that. I walked in. One time I must go early to know what is going on before people will come. See the women gathered. Guess what they are wearing? Jonathan for president. God bless you.
Now, that took place at the same forum. That same forum, yeah. That's what happened at the same forum where Amechi, you heard what he said about followership, about taking power, not being expectant of being given power. Now, there have been reactions to what El Rufai said. There have also been reactions to what Amechi, particularly what Amechi said. The defense minister, the presidential aides, most of them, have taken up what Amechi said. And I'm going to ask you point blank what you feel about what Amechi said. To the government of the day, perhaps to experts who know the weight of statement, especially from influential political figures, they've interpreted it to mean that he is inciting the public to anarchy. I'm not going to play that's whatever again, but if you listened very, very carefully, what would be your interpretation of what Amechi said? What would be your takeaway from what Amechi said about followership? El Rufai talked about leadership, about followership. What is your interpretation of what he said? He said that in their time, when Jonathan was the president, they were ready to die. What does that mean? Die for what? For Nigeria to leave? Or for their own selfish interests, political interests? What were they ready to die for? He also spoke about how followers would not mind any amount you give them to go and campaign or to go and do protests or to go and do rally. an article chimed in and said that, same thing happened in Rivers. 2 hours, rented crowd. They go there, they do their job, and they leave. 2 hours, really. That's what politicians paid for. This kind of followership that can bring about the nation, the Nigeria, the country of our dreams. The ball is in your court, Lagos. We can have the conversation now. 0201 465 7190. That is 0201 465 7190. Everybody can call that line. We're also live on Facebook and on YouTube. Nigeria Info 99.3 is how you can be a part of the show. Good afternoon to you. Good afternoon. Good afternoon to you.
Yeah, it's as simple as ABC.
I can't speak to you. I'm sorry. It's too noisy where you are. And please, when you're calling, find a quiet place to call from. This is not because we don't want to hear from you. It's because so we can enjoy what you're saying, or we can enjoy it in good health. With noise and everything, it's not comfortable, for us to be listening to you where it's noisy. Good afternoon. Hello? Yes, please. That call has dropped. Let's take another call. Good afternoon to you.
Sheriff, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
I'm on the line.
Welcome.
Yes, I want to talk on El-Rufai, Sheriff.
Okay.
You see, all these people, these are politicians. Days has gone when we look at them as honorable members. Maybe today again, we have had enough of them. Is it deceit? Is it talk this one, do another one? Is it the more you look, the less you see they are giving themselves? Think we don't know, deceiving themselves up and down. El-Rufai, if he had been given this ministerial job, he wouldn't have been saying all these things that he's saying now. Okay. All this insecurity in the farm and everything, are they not the people that caused it? Now, he has become a common man like us. He is now
you think he's a common man, have you?
Talking up and down. Otherwise, he would have been singing on your mandate we shall stand if they had given him a ministerial job. It is good for them. One by one, all of them will be coming home and they will be becoming common man as we are common man. And all of us will be in for it. The snake will bite us. Go bite them one by one. That is how it is.
All right.
When they go, they do, they go. God will settle Nigeria very well for us. Well done, sir.
Thank you. Akin is here. Akin, how are you doing?
Hello. Yeah, Mr. Sherry.
Good afternoon.
I hope you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes. I believe what Amechi and Ashiko said is just the truth of the current nation, because the poverty is everywhere. And the person in power, or the one that holds power, is more scared than you that's about to take it from me. You see across the globe right now, most African countries, that there are foods and stuff like that. At the end of the day, each and every head of state that power was snatched from, they end up running away. You understand? So it's a tug of war. It's a tug of war. And honestly, we all know that these guys are not interested in it. They have nothing to offer us. They're just there to accumulate more and more wealth for themselves and do what not. The people that are, should I say, collateral damage in the process is none of their business. So that's my take on this. My name is Akin, calling from Lagos.
Before you go, do you believe that paid membership by political parties can work in Nigeria?
Sorry, can you come again on that?
Do you believe that paid membership by political parties can work? Like members should pay something every month into the coffers of the party?
You said, do I believe that paid membership
can work in Nigeria?
I honestly, the truth is, everybody's after something. And if I'm paid to be a member, that means I'm not in for the interest of the whatever party. My interest is the payment.
No, you pay to run the party so that external influence will not lure your party with money. You pay to run the party to pay the officers, to pay for secretariat.
Interesting people by payment. If they're interested people by payment, then the highest bidder would have the people. So when someone else comes with a better payment, they will follow.
So how do you suppose political parties should run then? Where should the money come from? Where when you join a political party, who is funding the party? Who should fund the party?
I think if you look at the time this party came up from the inception to during the time of the SDP, forgotten the names of most of these parties back then, the late Nigerian Lagos movement or something. All these things, they were geared towards patriotism. They wanted a change. There was something. But the current situation we have now, there's no difference between APC and PDP. Even the man called it PDAPC. So all these things are just, I don't think.
Thank you.
Right now, the station don't have a weak.
Thank you. Thank you, my friend.
It's not a pass of pattern. It's a relay race for them.
Akin, thank you. Thank you for sharing your thought. Appreciate it. I was hoping for a straight, succinct answer to that question, because, I mean, we really need to critically assess the format, the model of political parties that we currently have. Where do you think the monies to run political parties, where do you think they come from? Why do we complain when governors take ownership of their party at the state level? Meanwhile, the party should be run by board of trustees or executive council or whatever, organ of the party, not the governors, not even the president. But we can't achieve that. That is unattainable with the current model that we have right now with our political parties. So do we really have the right to complain of party hijack of one governor and that's the question I asked Akin, actually. So, yeah, perhaps El Rufai was making sense when he said paid membership so that you can run your party. You can run the organs of the party effectively. Your party can be healthy and be alive. Yeah? And it's also kind of like bring sense of ownership to the table, because you know that you're funding the party with your 50 naira every month. So you're interested in what is going on in your party. How about that? 1:40 is the time. It's Radioactive Monday on the sunny side. Good afternoon to you. Good afternoon. I can't hear you. Are you there? We're going to move on now. Okay. Do try and call us back if you still want to say something. Good afternoon to you.
Hello, Oga Sheriff.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, my brother. In the BC once again. Oga Sheriff, there's something I want to tell you. Hello?
Go on.
Oga Sheriff, you see Amechi? It's the same Amechi that do run away from Abuja to Niger. The same Amechi that went to the north and received chief title. Doing all these things for the north to support him to become a Nigerian president. Now, Tulumbu beat all of them hand down. They are now ganging up, telling me to go and fight for power. Amechi is the one telling me to go and fight. They should pick Amechi for that statement, because we want to cause an anarchy. For telling me to go and fight for power, nobody will give me power. Amechi is telling me to go and fight Tulumbu government. They need to be arrested. I said one thing in Joyce show last year. Okay. I said everybody will collect under this Tulumbu government. Everybody will collect, both the rich, both the poor, both the average. Everybody's going to collect. And it's getting to everybody's domot now. They are not shouting. Tulumbu, I never vote for him. I never support. With the what is going on Nigeria today, Tulumbu will rule 8 years. All of them will cry one by one. If they never start to, Buharina say he's living by heart rate. The other time, Amechi say I'm not feeling tank again. All of them go collect one by one. All of them, Baba Tulumbu gone. Tulumbu, God will give him life. God will give him good health. He go rule 8 years finish. All of them go collect one by one. And they make me to cry every day. They go cry one by one. They never start. They never say anything.
Oh, yeah, no.
Tulumbu should arrest Amechi. Let me arrest Amechi. No. He wants to cause an anarchy. Yes. He's telling me to not fight. Let me call your own children. Let me call the children to collect power from Tulumbu. Tulumbu, can he go?
Thank you. Thank you, Ndubisi. I don't even know where he belongs now. The other time he was supporter. Now he's saying it. Anyways, I'm just going to address two issues. A caller said the other time that politicians are now that they are ordinary, men like them. But Nigerian politicians are not ordinary. in or out of office. Forget about that. The last caller said they can't fill their tank, and you are believing that. Okay. Whatever you want to believe, you can believe. 1:42 is the time. I asked some questions. I'm still waiting for answers to the questions. Good afternoon to you. Good afternoon. I can't hear you. I'm really, really, really sorry. I can't hear you. Please call me back if you want to say something. I really couldn't hear you. Sorry, I had to hang up. I'm going to take another call now. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, please.
Yeah, this is Olawale from Sabayama.
Welcome, Olawale. Welcome.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? All every one of them, they are just quite big. They know they have all these ideas before. Why didn't they like spell it out for people to understand? Now, and for the question that you asked earlier, me, Olawale, I can't give a dime.
Even if it's 10 naira.
Baba, I can't.
Monthly.
You know why? Yeah, no, I can't. Because I have it at the back of my mind that most Nigeria are corrupt. I'll just be feeling that somebody will just do away with my money. So I don't think I will contribute anything.
No, so the contribution will most likely be at the ward level. And ward levels are usually, houses around that area. You just have a meeting point. Maybe it's the chairman of the ward house that you go and do. So you know what your money is being used for. You're aware. There will be a structure.
Only if it is that transparent that I can see where my money is going to, what my money is used for. Yes, I think I will agree to that. But I should just contribute and just be
No, of course not. Of course not. You're not just going to contribute and just go.
If it is that, if that will give me a say, yeah, I think I can do that. But if I don't have much evidence that shows where my money is going to or what my money is used for, my 10 naira feed by pure water.
Good job, man. Washiri. Thanks for calling me. Good afternoon to you.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. It's Akin that's calling back.
Akin is calling back. All right.
Yes, I was able to catch up to I noticed that you weren't hearing me very well.
Oh yes, so, I wasn't hearing you very well.
You were asking about a paid
party membership. Yes.
Yes. I think I wouldn't say, looking at if it's going to be a paid membership whereby you're a member of the party, and then you sort of subscribe to the party by payment, it will make sense. But still, the idea behind your question or the reason why you're asking is because most these governors, presidents, and the like, they tend to hijack control of their party.
So that's what I'm saying. Yeah, if members now pay to run the party, the president, the governors, the ministers, the commissioners, they don't have the power anymore over the party structure. It's the people that will now take ownership of the party because all of you are funding it.
I wouldn't say that they won't have power. I would just say that everyone will be a stakeholder. You understand? I'll be able to speak because I paid. But the vacuum of power, once it is filled, everybody automatically pays respect to that person that holds a position. You understand what I'm saying?
I'm with you.
We have seen the changes in APC when this former Edo governor was the APC chairman, and then something happened, and then the former Oyo State governor, before he died during the COVID, and then the former Kano State, Ganduje, before he was given another appointment. When you look at all this, you see that even by the time the person is given chairmanship, it is some sort of appointment too. You understand? They look at the most honorable.
The examples that you've stated here, they are based on the current model that political parties are using now. We're talking about a model whereby the members of the party all across the country pay to run the party. And it stated there that it's certain. So it's not going to be about how somebody is strong enough within the party to be able to influence any decision. It won't be about the president removing somebody and putting another person, or a governor removing somebody. In fact, a governor from a state having power at the party national structure to remove a chairman. You get what I'm going with this? So
I get what you're saying.
Their
and it's making a lot of sense.
their influence will be whittled down to the barest minimum.
It will be spread across. So it's going to be, you have influence, I have influence, because it's based on how much you are bringing to the party. It will make sense, but that means that that will be, because every party has some sort of memorandum or laws that guide them, bylaws and stuff.
Yeah.
Then it has to be instituted in their laws, and then
of course
that will be followed.
Of course.
You get what I'm saying?
Of course.
Because it will make more sense, because they have lots of problems across board. There's a party problem, there's the person problem, there's the ruling party problem. So the parties on their own, they have problems. Look at LP. Look at what happened after the loss of Obi. And then even before the loss, people were coming up. This one will say, I am the leader. This one will say, I'm the leader.
Exactly.
Different people were just showing up. Both bots and not bots. You get what I'm saying?
I'm with you.
And it was looking like it was. So your idea is good. You understand? But
so
I don't think these guys want to follow.
Akin, thank you. Thank you for calling me, Akin.
Okay.
I really need to move on now. And to be very honest, in the spirit of full disclosure, it's not my idea. We took it from what El Rufai said in that statement that we put out earlier. That's where we took that from. And I asked that question along with other questions from El Rufai's speech, actually. 149, let's take another call. Good afternoon to you. Good afternoon. Can you hear me? I can't hear you. I'm sorry. Let's take another call. Good afternoon to you.
Hello, Mr. Sharif.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I am Grandma Victoria.
Welcome, Grandma.
From Lagos Island.
Welcome.
We really appreciate your concern for electoral improvement in Nigeria. I don't think we should be campaigning for all these old politicians who have ruined and betrayed our trust in the past. They are all birds of the same feather. I think what should concern us is a call for electoral reform, please. It's not right to swear in somebody when the cases are still being contested in the court.
Okay.
And there should be a percentage mark about 50 or 51 before somebody can be qualified. After he must have got a spread all over the country.
What do you mean by mark? What mark?
I mean electoral victory.
Okay.
Electoral victory.
The person must win 51%.
The
of the vote.
INEC must not be elected by somebody who has an interest in contesting a president who have an interest in recontesting his election. It mustn't be he mustn't recruit, he mustn't appoint the umpire. Okay. It's like a judge being a judge in his own case.
I don't understand that part. Grandma, slow down. I don't understand what your second observation about electoral reform. What do you mean by a person being a court in his own case, a judge in his own case?
If a case like what we experienced during the last election,
okay,
there was all the other political parties were still going in court. They were contesting the result of the election, and without waiting for the open to run out, we sworn in the president, and he now has an executive power, and he has executive power. Okay. He started by nominating the justice, the chief justice, and everybody that we process his electoral victory in the court. I think we should re-examine the whole electoral process the way INEC is being elected, the Chief Justice of the Federation, and so on and so forth.
Grandma, if I may, and because we're out of time now, if I may ask you, let's assume that we want to alter the Electoral Act and then say that no president or governor will be sworn in until after the court case had been adjudicated upon and then a winner declared. And then that case will drag on for about a year or 2 years, sometimes 3 years. Who do you suppose should now be in the position to drive the affair of the country or the affair of the state in the interim? Who would you suggest that the Constitution should allow to do that?
It will be a constitutional process. It depends on what within fit.
No, who would you suggest? I'm just trying to...
Maybe the top person in the hierarchy of power in the country.
In the country?
Yes. Before the election
you see, unfortunately, almost all the elections are contested in court, as we all know. And the next person will probably be the Senate President, who, between you and me, we all know that he too may have his case in court being contested by his opponent as well. So that means he can't step in as a president. The next thing will be the speaker. The speaker too, maybe most likely will have a case in court as well. Election tribunal, he too can't step in. So what do you then suggest? Who do you then suggest that we can?
Hey, all these things should be worked out. It should be worked out in total. You know,
right.
by being those people are the legislative. Who get involved in the legislative process.
Okay, all right.
Should be well selected.
Thank you.
That they be committed to the spirit of the nation, not those people who go there to serve themselves.
Thank you.
We should work out and maybe set up an interim government to reform the whole process.
All right, Grandma. Thank you. Thank you so much for calling me. Appreciate it. Let's take this break, Lagos. Let's take this break. Interesting conversation. I'll be right back. Stay here, please.
More talk, news, and sports after this.
Meals have a way of taking us on a journey. And when you add plenty of vegetables like efo, ugu, and season with the rich taste of North seasoning cubes, even better.
So, go ahead and elevate your meals with more vegetables and the rich taste of Knorr cubes. Today, eat for good.
It's 2025. The biggest conversations are happening on Hot Facts.
If the mother of Rebolo was genuinely interested in local government funds, would have protested to be cancelled.
Somebody's receiving 30,000 naira after serving jail for 5 years.
From the stories shaping Nigeria's future.
And he don't put my mood further. Whenever people are clapping, he's praising singers when they ought to be telling him the truth.
I mean, he did not do any remarkable thing in your state, and you are celebrating corruption time.
To real-time feedback from you, the citizens.
There is propaganda. They can never make it work. I will not support that tax reform.
If NBS is turning out very fake data to us, because this data lacks empirical evidence.
We dig deep with the decision makers, hold the powerful accountable, and keep the conversation alive on social media. Join Mary Ann Okon every Monday to Friday, 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. for the most interesting news and current affairs show on radio.
I'm so sorry. I hate it when people make assertions from very skewed and biased places.
Hot Facts on Nigeria Info 99.3. Let's talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
Your number one station for talk. Let's talk. Let's talk.
Activate. We are radio active on 99.3 Nigeria Info. My name is Joyce.
Oh yeah, I really I'm enjoying this conversation. Really, I like it when Nigerians, you and me, we sit at the table and when we talk about the issues bedeviling this country, and we make an attempt to want to correct the anomalies, the crazy things, the abnormal stuff that are happening in our country every now and again. And rest assured, no country is perfect, truly. Every country, every citizen of every country also complain for one thing or the other about their government, about them. But, you know, things are just it's like a spectrum, you know. They are just like that for different countries. I'm going to head back to telephone lines now. We'll take one more call before we go in for the news. Let's see who is here. Good afternoon to you.
Mr. Sheriff, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
This is Benjamin calling you from Lawan.
Welcome, Ben. Welcome.
Yeah, you are asking what is it Amateur who meant by when he said they are ready to die.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
exactly.
So when your slave master is ready to die, just to make sure that he keeps you a slave, If you want to gain your freedom, Mr. Sheriff, you yourself should be ready to die to gain your freedom.
To do the same thing.
I don't want to use that word on the radio, but you know it's REVO and whatever. That I tell you, Mr. Sheriff, the other grandma called you and you are giving me answer. What if the is also going to call? Baba, when that reading thing starts, when that REVO word starts, everybody will sit right. So they are ready to die to keep us slaves. And we are here setting word. We are not yet ready to die to get our freedom. We just play.
All right, Ben. Thank you for calling me, okay? Appreciate your time. His own interpretation of what Amechi said. You heard it. It's 1:59. Let's take messages as we prepare to heading for the news, okay? The news is next at the top of the hour. I won't be able to take calls right now. We need to, be prepared for the news right now. Alrighty, okay. So let me take this message right here. And this message reads, where are you again? It says, paid party membership is the way to go. That's what he said. When taxpayers and people who contribute to the country's GDP are the ones funding political parties through monthly dues, a more educated, more informed, more enlightened crop of people will fund party membership, and all those people who sell their future for a bowl of porridge will be automatically weeded out. That's Ayaba Esteri from Badagry who said it.
You hear it from us.
We tell you who,
when,
where,
and how it was said.
Lagos Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has commended past and present leaders in the state.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.